Greetings, friend. On March 2nd, 2019, Simon Anthony of Cracking The Cryptic released a video called Expert Sudoku, the Basic Techniques Used by Champions, where he solved this handmade puzzle sent to him by a viewer. The video won a score over 533,000 views, making it one of the 10 most popular videos on Cracking The Cryptic. I'll put a link below the original video. Also added 2 pause the video moments and a what if moment to analyze alternate solving paths from the original video. I think you'll really enjoy this. So, what are the basic techniques used by champions? Let's find out. And with that, it's solving time. Like most puzzles, Simon starts with simple cross-hatching and Snyder notation. Snyder notation being that technique where you mark in blocks where a particular candidate can be in only 2 possible cells. Simon says in the video that you have to master Snyder notation to be competitive for world championships because Snyder notation it leads to quicker solves as you progress through the puzzle. And so I'm just going to kind of go through the first few moves here pretty quickly because it's just simple cross-hatching and the Snyder notation. Like how he notices the 3s here. And then you can actually solve 4 and a 1 right there. But then I'll kind of move through and you can kind of see how to do the Snyder notation. And it goes a little faster. You just kind of look and see, what causes those restrictions where to be able to mark these kind of spots. All right, the 3s, the 7s. This is still a way of doing Snyder notation because you're marking within the block, even if it's not in the same row or column. 5s, and then something good Simon notices here, you have a 5 and 6 coming down column 4 and a 5 and 6 coming across row 9. So it restricts the 5 and 6 to 2 spots here in block 8, and that creates a hidden pair. Then he marks some 3s up here in block 1, and then notices it says, hey, this 3 is very important because of the effect it has down here on row 9, because it really restricts where a 3 can be down here in row 9, and because of that we're going to be able to mark and make another hidden pair. So this is our first pause the video moment. Pause the video and mark where the 3s can go in row 9, and then see if you can solve for a hidden pair that we can make by using this knowledge. Okay, congratulations. If you were able to do it, you know how to take advantage of claiming pairs and Snyder notation. For those of you who just want to enjoy the show, the 3s are down here in columns 7 and 9. And what you'll notice is that the 3s are limited to columns 7 and 9 here in row 6 and row 9. So a 3 cannot be in these center cells, or it can't be in column 8 down here. So a 3 has to be up here in column 8 in block 3. And so that creates a hidden pair of 3 and 8. And Simon notices and says that if you want to be good and competitive, you have to notice these kinds of restrictions to be able to move forward in the puzzle. Because otherwise, if you didn't notice this, you would have a hard time filling in these remaining spots. You wouldn't see the restrictions. So the question I have here, and this brings us to our first what if moment. Well, what if he didn't spot the hidden pair? Where to next? What could you do and continue solving in this puzzle? I'm about to show you that. So what I'm showing right here is all the candidates, and I want to highlight the 3s. I ran into a solver, and the only next step, the only way to progress in this puzzle, we've only solved 2 cells so far, is you have to find this claiming pair of 3s like Simon did. You'll notice that the 3s are limited here in block 9. They can't be in any of these other spots like Simon found out, so you can eliminate all these other 3s. And after you eliminate all those 3s, you can either come up here and see that this is a 3-8 hidden pair like Simon did, or another way of doing this would be to find this 1, 2, 5 naked triple. You see the 1, 2s, and 5s are limited to those 3 spots. And so in that case, you can eliminate the 2 and the 5 right here and solve this for a 7. And you can eliminate the 5 from right there, and you still have your 3-8 pair up there. That's the only way to progress with this puzzle. Let's move back to the original solve. All right, back to the original solve. So Simon noticed that he can mark some 7s there, and then he's able to solve a 7 because you have the 7s coming down column 9 and column 7 and across row 8. There's only one place left for a 7 down here. So he marked that 7 there, and now he kind of followed through, and he's able to mark and solve a bunch of 7s. You notice there's a 7 there, a 7 here, 7 there, and then 2 last 7s. and he completed all the 7s. From there, Simon turned his attention on the 8s and did some more spline rotation for the 8s, noticing that the 8 came across row 8. So there's only 2 spots left for that, and only 2 spots left for an 8 down there. And then Simon's like, okay, I gotta look for more restrictions, and he happened to notice here of how the 3s and the 4s were quite limited in column 7. And this is one of those things where you can be stuck for a while, but Simon only took a few seconds to find this. And it's actually pretty amazing. So look here, you notice that the 3s are limited to 2 spots here in column 7. We already figured that out. Well, guess what? The 4s are limited to the same 2 spots. You can't have a 4 here, can't have a 4 there, and you can't have a 4 there. So Simon noticed that you could have, this is another hidden pair, 3, 4, because the 3 and 4 can only go into those 2 spots. That's going to come in really handy. It also brings us up to our next pause the video moment. Pause the video and see if you can make another hidden pair using one of these 3, 4s by value cells that we see here in column 7. So it's either going to be here in row 6 or it's going to be here in row 9. Well, I'll give you a few seconds. Congratulations if you spot it. You're an expert at spotting these hidden pairs. For those of you who just want to enjoy the show, the 3, 4 is right here. And what you'll notice is that if you try to, like this 4 is the 3 and 4 actually creates a naked pair because there can't be anything else in this cell except for 3 or 4. So now you have a 3, 4 pair here, which is going to help us not only solve here in block 9, but also help us solve here in block 8. And so Simon takes advantage of that, and he adds the 2s because there's 2 8s, the only pair that's left here in row 9. Then he notices, hey, now you have a 4 coming across row 7. These can't be a 4. Only one place left for 4. He's able to solve that for 4 and solve that for a 3. And then Simon marks a couple 4s kind of going up column 5. And then he notices that he can actually start solving for a couple of 3s. So the first 3 he notices is down here in block 7. And then we had made a mark right here, so that eliminates the 3 from there. Only one place left for 3 right there. And then it plays into our 3, 8 hidden pair. And so we're able to solve those as well. And then Simon focuses his attention on the 2s. What does he notice? That you have the 2s here, and you have a 2 here, and then a 2 coming down column 9. So the one place left for a 2. And so he's able to mark that for a 2. And then he starts looking for other spots for 2s to see some restrictions. And what he notices is that the 2s are restricted to rows 4 and 5 here in block 6, and row 4 and 5 here in block 5. And so now we have, similar to what we had with the 3s, now you have this, I call it claiming pair down here, or you can call it X-wing, because you just have 2 spots for 2 in 2 different rows and columns. But it limits the 2s now have to be here in row 6 in block 4. Well, we have a 2 right here, so we can solve for a 2 right away. Just like that. And so these are those basic techniques Simon's talking about. Noticing these hidden pairs, these claiming pairs, and these naked pairs. And from that, he's able to solve another 2 by going up the 2 here in column 3 and column 2, because he has the 2 across row 1. And then he marks where 2s can be in block 2. And then he starts looking around for some more restrictions and happens to notice, where can an 8 be in column 3? So now he's focusing on these columns and rows where there's at least 5 candidates filled in. And hey, an 8 can't be in row 3, it can't be in row 4, and it can't be in row 8. So there's only one place left for an 8, it's up here. And since we can solve that for an 8, we can solve that for a 5. And now you have a 5 here in column 1 and column 2, so we can solve that for a 5. And then Simon turns his attention back onto the 8s. 8 in row 1 and row 3, only one place left for an 8 right there. And that helps us solve the 8 down here because we had that 2, 8 pair marked. And from there, Simon moves over here to these the 2, and then focuses attention over here and says, oh, I have an 8 coming across, and I have these two 8s, so I can solve for an 8 there, and I can solve for that 2. And then he can solve this remaining 1 that finishes up column. That finishes up column 4. And from there, Simon notices there's a 6-9 pair up here in block 1, so he marks that, and then he comes back and remembers, oh yeah, I got this 2 over here I can solve. He makes some more marks where 1s can be in block 5, and then he realizes right away, oh, I can actually solve for this 1, because he looks right here and he says, oh, this is actually a naked single 1. You notice you have the 2, 3, 4, you have the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so that has to be a 1. And so then he can solve for 1 in block 5, and he can solve for that 4. And changes attention here, and he says, oh, hey, there's a 5 coming across row 4, so the only place left for 5 right here, and the only other thing left here is a 9, so he's able to solve for this 5 and the 9. And then focuses attention on where the 9 can be up here, come back up to row 2, because now you have a 9 here in column 4 and column 5, so there's that 9. And then he just finishes up block 2 first, so there's your 2, and there's your 6, that's what's left, and then he comes over here in block 1 and finishes that up with the 6 and the 9. And it was at this point, with 17 solves remaining, that Simon cracks the puzzle. It's all naked and hidden singles from here. And so I'm just going to follow Simon's solve path. If you want, you can look for yourself and see how he got these naked and hidden singles. What was interesting in this video, and I have never noticed it before, is he actually started playing some Scott Joplin music and stopped talking. And so they were just playing like the entertainer ragtime music as he's doing this solve. Interesting. So what were those basic techniques Simon was talking about? It's those claiming pairs. It's those X-wings. It's those naked pairs, those hidden pairs. If you can solve those items and see them quickly, then you're going to be ready for the World Championship level. What's funny is that those techniques, along with a naked triple, is what I cover in my medium intermediate tutorial video, which I'll put a link to right here. And it's it. World Championship puzzles are not super difficult. They're not made to require super advanced strategies. It's more on get these basic strategies down, and then it's timing, because it's more about the timing. You're judged for total time, not for difficulty of the puzzle that you solve. So, let me know what you thought in the comments below. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Smart Hobbies so you don't miss any new content. In the meantime, please check out these other videos from my channel. Thank you so much for watching.